What's up, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. Well, cryptos are starting to move. We're starting to see decent upside moves on everything across the board, from Bitcoin to all the different altcoins. So, do you get in here? Well, let's dive into that question in this video.
Trade Genius.
Really briefly, guys, our fall specials are ending on Saturday, and if you want to get in the room with us, $3.99. We just closed out another profitable Bitcoin trade here as we get into resistance, and we'll talk about that in a second. But this package here will get you in the room, and tell them I will throw in our new DTMM indicator on crypto. I think you guys like that a lot. So yeah, hope to see you in the room. All right, let's take a look at altcoins. So basically what I said yesterday was that if we break this trend line, you can start talking about alt season coming back. One thing I liked was that when I see that a lot in social media or whatever, I kind of think, it's a lot of times such as a counter indicator. I didn't really see that this go around. If you remember the last video, we said watch this bullish divergence, right, on RSI, and we were coming down here, and that's the kind of stuff that we want to look for. And that's why this bottom here, I said, think about getting into the alt entries with a tight stop, because to me that was a potential for, we could have a short-term bottom. Is that the bottom for this altcoin cycle? That's hard to say, but breaking this trend line was a huge deal, and that typically will lead to a larger move. As a matter of fact, when we're looking at altcoin market cap, you have to respect this $132.8 billion market cap level in the alt. So that's another 25% plus from here. And so there's going to be opportunities to buy the dips here, but a lot of things are overbought short term. So you don't want to get jumping in right this second. There are going to be some alts that probably you can do that with, but for the most part, you're going to have plenty of opportunity to wait. And so in the room, we've got some buys setting up on the different alts. As far as Bitcoin goes, so this we just finished the trade here. We got in right before this breakout, and nice move up. Basically, after this breakout here, that changed everything as far as technicals, and then we were looking to buy a dip. Got into the pullback and then a nice move higher. What we're looking at though is that we're running into this area of resistance here. I forgot this on the 4-hour chart, and you'll notice that this area here shaded in red is going to be key. I think we're probably going to battle here, and in fact, if we do get a decent pullback, let's say into the 6,500 area, 6,550. That would actually be a nice spot to get in again for another bounce. But be wary if you're up here. You might want to be trailing your stops. Don't let this thing pull back too much, because you could pick it up lower. If you're hodling, fine. This is, again, longer term look here on the daily. We're going to be running up. If we can clear that 61 or that 6,800 level, this upper trend line here is going to be another spot of resistance above it, about 69, 62 or so. And then if that breaks, we're going to run into another bunch of resistance and this 200-day moving average area. So the next upside spot would be 73.60 or so. And then that I would expect some kind of pullback. But this is pretty bullish considering the bearish the bearish divergence that we saw on the weekly charts that we talked about earlier in the week. So a nice reversal, because those usually have had some decent follow through, but we also are compressing. So this is in line with kind of a more consolidating pattern. So we're going to start gaining resistance right about here and a bit higher above us. So look for some battling. Look for some. We could see some quick pullbacks, things of that nature here. So, but if you're hodling, the bottom should be in according to the model. This is our model, and as you can see, price, we're expecting to see a higher high from back here. We didn't quite see it here like the model suggested, but overall, we're supposed to see this upward bias. So I'd be looking to see us actually, for me, the expectation based on how bullish the model is that we would come back up and test that 200-day moving average area. So I'm thinking we can probably have more legs on this room. And then around this area here, we would see a definitive pullback on the model pricing, and that's going to take us out at about September 28th. So anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at right now as of Friday. But a decent sign of life on the altcoin market. So I don't think this is a false positive. I think this is just an opportunity to get positioned, and decent probability for another move higher on a lot of these. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Please hit like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching. If you're on mobile, ring that bell, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Take care. Bye.
Trade Genius.